Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Sunday, the 22nd of May. And it's myself and Gordon tonight.
Hello.
He's got his mouth full, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm eating sweets in the green room while waiting to go live on air.
Oh, I expect two close of us.
Mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms. So I hope everyone is well this evening. Well, what a night last night was. If you didn't see anything from last night, you missed out. But you can look back at Nod Drog's live stream and the live stream on our official Weather Fans, which you're watching from right now. So just a quick good evening to Ash31. Good evening. What a great night last night. It certainly was. We'll have a chat about that in a second. Good evening to Brian. A good evening to Audio Coffee. Yesterday's Storm Chase was pretty epic. I think the team will have to agree with that. Our little Rachel sneaking in on a yellow train, no doubt. Brian's saying fingers crossed for some more. Fingers crossed for some more. Forget it. Fingers crossed for more of the same soon. Indeed, we do. Good evening. What a great night last night. Storm chasing. Has that come through about 3 times, or am I reading something else? That's come through 3 times. Good evening to our mod, Paul James. Nothing down here either. Is that down to? Yeah, I think you're down towards the south, aren't you? Who else we've got with us? Did I say May? 22nd of May. It's June. Did I say May? I've had 3 hours sleep.
I picked that up.
I know. Claire picked that up.
Oh, I must have said May then. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I know it's Monday today. Good evening to Amy. Evening, guys. Hope Liz's bladder is recovering. Yeah, she's fine. She's absolutely knackered, shall we say. That's why she's not with us this evening, bless her. But then again, she did a 9-hour live stream last night and did a ghost hunt straight after. Good evening to Matthew. Showers around today. I've missed them again. Good evening to Southern Storm. Good evening to you.
That's Scott.
Ah, Scott. Oh, hello to Tiffany. Hello, Bojas. I didn't witness it last night. Hope you're well. Good evening to our mod James. Even got woken up by thunder at 5 a.m. Was right above my house, but quickly moved over to Inverness. Cooler today, so 10 degrees. Saying that is about a 10-degree temperature drop here as well. So I think it's been about 20, 21. In my case, minus 23 in the freezer at work. Your friend Scott saying lovely wall colour behind you, bro.
What's this wall colour called? The blue one. I can't remember.
The what?
This colour.
Oh, it's Sapphire Royale.
There you go. Sapphire Royale.
Did someone ask?
Yeah, Scott.
Right, so yeah. How was last night then, Gordon? Yeah, you was out there.
You are breaking up a little bit for me. So I'll do my best to answer your questions or whatever. So go on, say that again because you broke up then. Sorry.
It's all right. How was last night for you then?
Yeah, last night was all right.
Could have been better.
Someone guessed the.
Oh, they guessed it. Last night was yeah, it was definitely for variety. It was definitely up there. It was one of the best.
I'd to your storm chases. How far up to the top is it for you?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be probably one of the best. It's difficult to say because there are certain ones that are close to my heart as regards, you know, the quality of lightning and the thunder and everything else that goes with it. But as regards to the actual variety, when I say variety, I'm talking about the fact that we had high elevated lightning going off, 1, 2 a second, very little thunder to be heard. Yeah, I get excited about that because Scott, I think I asked Scott, I think Scott said it. I can't remember if Scott said it or I said it, but we suggested that this could be a sprites event. And then when Liz turned up and we were talking about it, Liz said she thinks it's sprites. It could be very much sprites, and that's why we can't hear the thunder. Now, that would be to think that we were underneath a sprite event. And now, sprite event, very quickly, is when you've got plasma ejections going high up, way high up into the atmosphere, normally occurring from the top of thunderstorms, supercell thunderstorms, going straight up, shooting up into the upper atmospheres, into space, like jellyfish. Scott knows more about it than I do, and you won't get any thunder from that because there is no air up there, and there's nothing to boom, boom, boom around, and astronauts see them from space. So just Google it. I'm sure you can work it all out and find out there. So that's really, a cool conception that I've got now. Okay, I'm going to, say the obvious. It's very highly likely that we saw a tornado.
I'll bring up the pictures in just a second, actually.
Yeah,
I'm going to go through our
going across them.
Yeah,
we saw it before we filmed it.
All just saying did the second
before Claire filmed it.
Before Claire filmed it.
All just saying did the second wallpaper have the same steam wallpaper smell?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. It was. I kept going on about it because it was. We saw what looked like the white clouds coming in. Now, bear in mind we are elevated, but that was definitely a war cloud because what we could see, you couldn't see much on camera because of the low light level. Yeah. My camera, particularly, it's called Lux, which is the level of light. It's not great for that. iPhones aren't either. But it was weird because just before it was absolutely dead calm. It was like calm before the storm, and you could hear it coming in. You could hear the wind before it actually got to you, which was amazing. And then obviously, when it did get to us, it was like being on a fairground ride when you get sprayed in your face, and you get the wind rushing by and things like that. But obviously it's happening in a 3D world all around you. Wind speeds, I wouldn't be surprised if we had gusts up to 50 miles an hour because the car was rocking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For you at one stage.
During the second one, it was rocking more. Yeah.
And then obviously we had the smell, which was, but it was odd. I don't know if it was the humidity and because I was warm, but my fingers felt quite sticky.
Yeah.
One comment I saw on X said that someone posted the pic that Nodrog shared, and it was a tree, like they just grow on top of hills or something. Well, I'll tell you what, for the first 30 seconds of that video, there was no tree on the right hand side.
There's no trees up there.
There was no.
We're on hot side fell.
I'd like to post the video because I think people just think that I've taken a video and then I've looked at it and gone, oh my God, what's that?
You mean?
But we saw it with our own eyes.
Yeah, I smell. I think Liz explained it as the lightning that's occurring because there was obviously lightning occurring much lower where we heard that on approach. And I suppose she was saying it's a bit like a burnt smell.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, like a heated up vapor smell.
Yeah, I had to say that.
But the thing is, there's many aspects of the meteorology world phenomena we don't even know about. We might not even see. So there could be a lot going on that we just do not know yet. And it was fantastic. Yeah, it was. So the second one, to answer the question, the second one smelled very similar to the first one. I've never experienced that before. So
Matthew just said only chasing down here was the ice cream van. I think it's down south.
So yeah, it was good. Yeah, and Claire's got a good point that Liz, myself, and Claire, we all saw something over the valley when the low level lightning was occurring. It's so funny because I was having a conversation with Scott, one of my Southern Storm. Check him out on YouTube. Please do subscribe to him. Great content. We were talking in the afternoon when we come back and we were having a little break because we've been out chasing early in Blackburn because there was a chance of some action there. And I said to Scott, so wouldn't it be great if I could get like a tornado that's been illuminated from behind by lightning? you know. And lo and behold, you know, you should be careful what you wish for, because that was the only time we could see what predominantly looked like a tornado, you know.
We watched it.
Didn't look like
But
it
it
was.
formed fast.
Good.
Yeah, it formed fast because we have got. I'm going to do a post video. I tried to do an edit of one today off my main camera, but the mic wasn't plugged in properly, so they didn't record anything. So
Oh no!
audio, I know, it doesn't matter. I've got the live. The live's done well. But I'm going to do a post one anyway, and I'm going to go back on some footage and talk about the footage. I might try and get up there to the location where the tornado was, to see if there's anything that might be there. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That.
So I was just about to get it ready for. Shall we go to it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we saw that before anything kicked off for us. And that's what Liz would have had underneath her, I think, when she was off to Barney Castle.
Yes, we were streaming on this channel at the time. Obviously, I was in the back of here at the studio, and I think I was messaging you at the same time saying Liz was underneath that storm. Oh, let's just zoom that down. Oh,
thank you. Yeah. Do you want to explain a little bit about that, if you want to, Michael?
Yeah, it's just yeah, it's beautiful. My martyrs there. It's just the pockets of warm air, just literally drooping below that thunderhead, the anvil, and it can be really spectacular during big, severe thunderstorms. But that was a storm that Liz was under last yesterday afternoon. I think it was about 5, 6-ish. I think, was it, or no more, 7?
I think it was about about 7 o'clock, wasn't it?
It was absolutely incredible.
There's great structure, isn't there? You don't often see or get the chance to see structures clean, visible.
Also, you need the lighting at the right angle, but at the right angle, really, as well, to get.
I don't think I'll get photos like that for a while. Yeah, it's especially for Cumbria as well. Cumbria is a difficult cookie. Cumbria to storm chase round. Normally later on in the year, like now. To get anything out of Cumbria, because the terrain and everything else is pretty much hard work.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is what we've been talking about.
That's it. Now, we saw that visually with our eyes. Within a matter of 30 seconds, it seemed to occur. I've actually got a screenshot, which I'll do in my post video, of the beginning of it. If I message it to you now, will you be able to show it, or will it just scrap that idea?
I think how I can do it.
Don't matter.
I don't think I can, unless you email it me, and I can do it that way.
No, that's fine. It's fine. We could always revisit. I should have sent it in before. Yeah, and the thing was, obviously, it was so dark over there, and Claire had to zoom in a little bit. It was difficult because it's moving. Like I said, these things are probably going at 30 knots. It was difficult to be able to track it afterwards. But obviously, we lost the live stream. Was that a coincidence? Liz lost signal.
Yeah, at the same time, you both literally lost your signal. Yeah, and I was kind of like in between. Obviously, I was commenting on your video on my phone as well as watching the live stream on here, and I was literally in between the two. I was thinking, "Oh dear, I hope they're okay." Yeah,
no, we were fine. There was lots of lightning and very much high up. But the thing that I said to Claire when we were able to grab that screen picture, which was incredibly difficult to do, because you freeze framing a lightning strike, if you will. If you look to the right hand side, you've got the clearer sky, and Liz will obviously you'll confirm this, but to the rear of it, you've got more of a cloudier rain type. Now, I searched on the internet just to look for a picture that could be similar, just to prove a point, and a picture come up, and it was pretty much identical. And I said to Claire, I said, it's clearer in front than it is behind, and that is quite an iconic view of a tornado.
Well,
and when we was going through the charts, was actually showing that that kind of area was known, well, was predicted to have maybe like a spin up with the with the rotation expected, the wind shear.
Yeah.
I did that video at 17 minutes past 11, and you saw on the radar a hook at that time.
Yeah.
And also we've got another frame shot. Now this was 3 seconds into the video. I don't know how to.
Oh, sorry, let me just bring that to full screen.
So that's 3 seconds into it. So as you can see, it's on the left side. It's starting to evolve.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
So that was 3 seconds into the video I did.
So people that say it's a tree, where's that tree then on that same picture?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Where's the tree? The tree would be over here somewhere. Because that is where it is on the second picture that we took.
Exactly.
And if anyone's familiar with the area, the road to Alston, you know, you go up the top there, you know, there ain't no trees.
And how big a tree?
I know, it'd have to be, yeah, I know.
400 years old.
So, you know, thank you to everyone who have given us, you know, a little round of applause and celebrated with us. And it is all about us all being a community, being able to do stuff like share it on the Facebook page, Weather Fans, anything that anyone gets, you know, because we are all part of the same family, and, you know, and it's there to share, and it's to show people that, hey, you know, we do get serious adverse weather. I was telling Claire the other day that last year, 1,300 odd people died because of weather-related incidents last year. You know, and if we can provide something to a certain point of more exposure of adverse weather, and we help somebody, I'm done. I'm you know, my job's done at the end of the day, you know, because I think we are a little bit lax.
As well. We do it because we love sharing our passion for the weather as well. We like to show you what's happening with Mother Nature. And so at the same time, you could be helping someone not to make a decision to go, better not go near there or go out because it looks a bit hazardous. Yeah,
but there you go. So, yeah, all in all, it was fantastic, absolutely brilliant night, and I just feel that I'm probably not going to experience anything like that for a long time yet. I'm trying my best to get into position. I've always sort of been quite lucky. I mean, like with Scott, me and Scott were storm chasing when we were youngins, when we were kids, like, you know, going around on our push bikes and just getting stuck in around the far coast. So, you know, we're going back to the 80s, aren't we? The 90s. And I think it's because of that maybe I'm just a bit lucky sometimes that I'm able to get ourselves into some positions to be able to get the content like that.
Well, as each year passes by, we just seem to be getting better and better. And obviously, the last couple of years has been great for storms, but that last night kind of makes up really for the last couple of years where it's been not that great.
It does, and unusually, it happened in Cumbria. It didn't happen in Lightning Alley or in Manchester or Sheffield or Nottingham. It was in Cumbria, and as I was saying earlier on, Cumbria is not an easy place to storm chase, as you can imagine. You know, you're all over the show. You can't get out of Cumbria. You get into Cumbria. I mean, Barry gets some great thunderstorms that come off the Irish Sea later on in the year. But you get into Barra, you can't get back out again. It takes you ages to get back out, you know, to chase. You can't do it. It goes over the hills, the lakes, etc. Great vistas if you can get yourself into position, but you literally have to sit there and wait. But you don't always get that quality in Cumbria because of the terrain, because of the way that it is and the way it works. You don't always get the thunderstorms moving over the Pennines, going off into Newcastle, Sunderland, Teesside. You know, it takes a lot of energy to do that. And last night, a lot of the storms were micro cells that were coming out of North Wales. Bangor seemed to be the place that was the seed of these storms seeding out, going across the Irish Sea, forming across Morecambe Bay, just out Morecambe Bay. They got towards Barra, they picked up the heat, they went off into Cumbria, they picked up more moisture, and they just went pop. and they had the energy and they had the weight and everything to be able to get over the Pennines and give Newcastle and Sunderland, and even Edinburgh, and I think Inverness, St Andrews.
Yeah.
St Andrews, yeah.
Amazing.
Way off into the wee small hours. A fantastic.
Even went to the Shetland Islands.
Shetland, oh, did it?
Yeah, it reached the Shetland Islands. And
Wow.
it was out in the sea there, because I was watching it because we're going there next year.
Wow,
anyway.
yeah. So Shetland then. I didn't know it'd gone that far north. Getting some fantastic lightning displays.
I'm just going to look at some of the pictures that were sent in to us. Let's
That's a
put some
miserable
music on the background. Someone's watching you there.
Well, I'm watching someone taking my jammy Dodgers. I think that's what the answer to that question is.
Let's add something in the background. Is it going to play?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at your weather pics. So obviously that was what we've seen already. That's Liz.
Somewhere.
Put that way.
About the radar on that'd be ace. I think Claire's got a great freeze frame.
So that's from Simon Luckman.
That's a good one. That's beautiful. The deep reds in that. Yeah, I think he posts quite a few good pictures, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's over fucking Lincolnshire, not Norfolk.
Should put on Facebook. You can pinch it. Oh, some lightning in that.
No, I'm not going to play the whole video. If you do send your videos in, try to keep it under 30 seconds for more chance of it to be played, or for us to watch it as well. This is north towards Newcastle about midnight.
Right.
I'm fairly sure this was ever Northumberland after being seen for quite a distance.
Well, we were getting lightning re-going again. Where we were passing, Shap, wasn't it? Kendall. Yeah. 2 this morning when we were driving back, it was like pinging away.
Wow.
Oh.
I scared the dogs as well.
Yeah, I know. Looks like a dog.
Is what Liz got, some of the stills. Obviously, that's what you call the money shot.
Yeah, it's good. It's all good content. Oh yeah, that was good colours in that. Where's that
at? Northumberland.
I have been on Face8 looking at people's stuff, but I've seen some of it. I can't remember half of it. Well, that was interesting because that's the radar that similar to what you'd sent me.
Yeah.
With the potential tornadic event, it married up.
Yeah, no, second north of Alston. It was between Pembroke and Alston, and exactly where that tornado was taken was between Pembroke and Alston.
Look at that! Lot of Christmas tree, beautiful.
Like a line from the North Sea to the Irish.
Yeah. How low was the cloud cover the tornado produced from? We were. It's Heartside, about 1,900 feet, isn't it? Or Alston? Yeah, no, Heartside. So there was very low. That's good. Very low cloud base. Bear in mind, we got enveloped in a low cloud, which was lower than us. 1,500 feet that came up. Oh, that was good. That.
Wow.
Yeah, some nice lightning in that. when I do this post video, I might pinch a few of these videos with credits to everybody. And oh yeah,
That's about as good as that we can see. Just see over a
We're not going down. So that was the Dinosaur Storm. So that would have been what I was watching, which was round. Oh, I can't remember where it was now. Been ripping at the time.
the air ambulance.
Sounds like he was watching your stream actually at that time.
yeah, it does sound like us, doesn't it? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
look at
There's
that.
Liz.
Nice big bubble right in front of me again. Bit of a tower going up.
Oh, there's you.
Nice shape.
So much.
Yeah. That's nice, like there from
Well, that's
Justin
good.
Marie Smith. Few tales probably there by Chris Austin. Few from South Northumberland. Northumberland. That was
We saw, yeah. Claire and I saw that earlier on. That picture from Nick, brilliant. What a great! That's Pendle Hill.
wow.
We were chasing near there yesterday morning. We got nothing. It was just liquid lightning. And we Longridge. We were going to go through Longridge, but they were doing a fair, so we ended up going the long way around Longridge. But we ended up going via Beacon Fell. So Nick would have been behind us a bit further south, obviously, to be able to get that later on in the day, which was one of my target areas, to be honest with you, if I wasn't going to go as far north as I did, which I'm glad I did.
No, yeah, I was going to
But
say.
He did well with that.
That's going later on. Yeah, later on in the insets. Let's see if there's anything from Friday night.
We should set up a little club, you know, the No Storms Club soon, Michael.
With the what kind of club?
The No Storms Club, for those who haven't had any yet.
I've seen one strike all year.
Right. Thank you.
Silver Thunder. So I think that's a nice one from Samantha, actually.
The just going back on that net weather advanced thunderstorm advisory or warning, whatever it was. Yeah, you don't often see all four symbols lined up in a severe. Now,
That's true.
Yeah, and what I said to Claire, might have said to Scott actually, is the Met Office. I've got admiration. I've got a lot of respect for the Met Office, but I really do think they should have increased their warning last night for Cumbria over into the northeast, because some of the comments I've been reading about the flash flooding in Cockermouth, Keswick, all that area, and the intensity of the storms themselves, they base it on impact as well as probability. And I really think that the impact was greater. Thank you. Yeah, the impact was definitely greater than what they were originally saying. Because their still effects were all over it.
Yeah, even a few days beforehand, which is unusual for them.
Glass of dandelion and burdock here. My favourite fizzy pop. Cheers, everybody.
So I've not had that for ages, actually. Dandelion and bird. No, I said the wrong name.
Dandelion and burdock.
Dandelion and bird.
I love the stuff.
Must be nice when it's cold.
Oh. I'm a northerner. I'm scraggy. I'll just have it anyway. Not bothered. Not asked. It just comes out of anyway. It does. This is Asda's, isn't it?
Yes, Asda's.
Asda's. I think Asda's does one of the best one. Ben Shaw's is good, but Asda's is nicer. But there you go. So yeah, what an eventful night.
Oh, just unbelievable. I really. I can't. I've been that. What's the word I'm looking for? I've been not quite happy, but ecstatic what happened yesterday. It's put me in a good mood all day.
Oh right, yeah, tired. Sorry. Yeah, because it doesn't happen often, does it? Where we get good stuff coming together. So
no, just having just what yeah. To get that tornado as well was just an icing on the cake.
yeah, obviously people got to appreciate and realise that working out where a thunderstorm is going to be is really hard work. For someone in an office in London, it's hard work, probably harder being out in the field, driving around trying to find the bloody thing in the first place. And it's then to say that potentially, there's a meso, there's a tornado risk, and then trying to cherry pick the best thunderstorm at the right time in the right place. A lot of it is down just, I think, sheer luck.
It's the case of being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I could have been anywhere in Cumbria yesterday, and we would be having a different conversation.
Yeah, but going, just had lightning. It was a bit windy, and that was about it.
Yeah. If I stayed at Shap, which I was kind of keen to do at first, and to be honest, I wasn't really keen on going too far because on my truck, the union joint underneath on the prop shaft is got a bit of play in it. So I thought, I'm having that fixed in a couple of weeks. So I thought, Christ, if that pops, I'm going to be in big trouble. My front pop goes, I'm going to be in big doo-doos. But I must admit, I was bombing it at 80 knots up the motorway, holding onto my steering wheel and asking God to be very fortunate for me and keep it in shape for me just for today, Anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. Plenty of copper grease has kept it going, but yeah, it's one of those, but it's over with now, isn't it? That's the thing. It's over with. We've got this as a memory. We're celebrating it today, and we're just thirsty for more.
Yeah, it definitely go down as a summer solstice storm.
I like your terminology. Love your terminology. And I think I've named the live stream. I think I've put it in description as that, the summer solstice storm.
Oh, it's just. Shall we take a look what's going on right now out there with our facts charts and see if there's any potential for this week? Obviously, right now we're gone much cooler. We've got low pressure set towards our northwest. We've got these cold fronts coming across, so it starts to feel a lot fresher than the 30-odd degrees we've had recently. Temperatures are back down to the low 20s. And as we head into tomorrow, we're in a flat westerly across the country under cool air. And we're expecting perhaps more rain or showers to come through into overnight to Tuesday. And through into Wednesday as well. So we're looking more showery. Just need to perhaps keep an eye on that little low there towards Biscay. That could bring up some heavier rain, maybe up from the south during Wednesday. And as we head into Thursday as well, we're under a ridge of high pressure before more rain and showers moving from the Atlantic. So what originally was going to happen was high pressure was going to build up for the second half of the week, but it looks like that's been pushed back now. And it's like low pressure is taking full control again.
Mm.
You don't like the heat, this is the week for you, really.
There is long range hints, isn't there, of some warmer air.
Let's have a look at the GFS 12Z, see what the latest of that is. So let's have a look at the 850 HBA. So this gives you the idea how warm the temperature is above. So all that hot air we've had recently has been, no, they said shafted then, it's shifted into the near continent.
Excuse you, sir.
And we're in the cooler air now. So if you don't like the heat, it's a nice welcome break. Going through into Tuesday, we've got warmer air towards the south, cooler air up towards the north, and somewhere along here now that we've got a weather front introducing some rain. Then that low pressure is also showing there actually on the GFS, so sort of maybe to keep an eye on, possibly some heavy, maybe thunder rain, perhaps down the far southeast if that was to come off. Then Thursday we're back into cooler airstream. It's a brief warm up. So what does this do through into days 7 to 10? It keeps it actually cool across the country, but the warmth isn't too far away to our south. So we've got another low pressure coming in for days 8 and 9.
Bit of a funny setup, that, isn't it?
Yeah, is that the Azores high? Yes, that's the Azores high there. So winds will be coming in from the northwest on this setup. So keeping quite cool. Like I said, the heat's just need to get a bit of a southwesterly to southerly flow and we're back in that heat again. So this GFS run keeps us quite cool actually into the start of July.
We need that purple. Bring some of that purple.
Could this be the start of the pattern flip? We've had all that high pressure for most of this year. Is this where we're going to start transitioning back into more low pressure? Time will only tell. So if you see anything about a heat wave for this run here, actually, let's have a look at the 6 o'clock run to see if that's an agreement, unless this is just an outlier. So there's that heat going back into near continent. And that heat isn't too far away to our south. It's just nearby France there. So does that bring it close? Once I feel that develops that area of low pressure, little area of low pressure again. So if it could get clipped there by some heavy rain before it clears off into the near continent. Again, we're looking relatively cool towards the northwest, warmer towards the south. I think this is keeping high pressure more towards the south actually on this run. So yeah, this is a bit of a warmer model run actually. It tries to bring the heat back up down towards the southeast. But yeah, again, this is also showing to start of July, cooler air moving in. On temporarily, it looks like the heat's trying to keeps having a go trying to get this heat in.
It wants to creep in. It's been like a bottle bank for a while now. I said at the beginning of the year, there has been a lot of above average temperatures, Middle East, Mediterranean, and a lot more warmth going out into the Atlantic as well, which has had an effect on the overall sea temperatures, which obviously the media have been talking about as well for whatever purpose, saying that it's a lot warmer than normal. And I've said for a while that there is a lot of bottled heat, and it is looking like it wants to push more of the heat up in our direction, doesn't it?
Yeah. Monday, temperatures back down to more comfortable levels, perhaps still 21, 22, maybe 23 down the far southeast, high teens elsewhere. That's like about a good, 10 to 13 degree temperature change since yesterday. Through into Tuesday, temperatures again widely into the upper teens, low 20s. There's that heat just to our south. This is potentially getting temperatures perhaps back up to 30 again. That's in the southeast. But we have got weather front, I think, sat around towards parts of Wales into northern England. But look at those temperatures not too far away to 40, 41 degrees in nearby France. Just shows you how close we are to that heat again. Then into Thursday, that weather front could be still sitting there, actually. Temperature's still into the mid-20s there, down towards the southeast.
Could prove to be a battleground, this, couldn't it, really?
Yeah.
Atlantic, position of the Atlantic, so it could create some instability again, like yesterday.
Yeah, let's take this through to Sunday. Now have a look at the cape and lifted on this. So again, temperature's still going up to 30 degrees down the southeast. But yeah, there's a lot of low pressure nearby, so it could be a lot of instability, as you said. So temperature's still into the low to mid-20s, quite widely, perhaps up to the upper teens elsewhere. So let's bring that back to Monday. Let's have a look at the cape and lifted. So through tomorrow, we're not seeing anything at all that says chase me on it. Again, nothing really for Tuesday at all. I've got a heat building again towards the southeast, so I was maybe saying isolated pop-up somewhere. It would be very isolated at this stage. Then, well, saying that Thursday is not even with all that heat, unless high pressure is building up there, which I think is slightly ridging actually towards the south. So nothing screaming out to me at all, if I'm honest, Gordon. So it's just that outside chance at this stage for, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it might have been Wednesday. Just a small chance for Wednesday at the moment, but as I said, that heat isn't too far away. It just takes a subtle change of wind direction for us to tap into that hot air in nearby France.
There you go.
Right, well, we're 1:15. Let's have a look at two more. Let's go stateside and see what's happening with the tropics. So we do actually have a disturbance in the. Just make sure it's flicked over. Yeah, I've got a disturbance in the Atlantic. Our first one of the season. Actually, no, it might be the second one. In fact.
Yeah, I think it's the second, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there was one. I think I was in Blackpool actually.
Yeah.
So the central subtropical Atlantic satellite data indicate that a weak low pressure system has formed about 450 miles east-southeast of Bermuda. The associated showers and thunderstorms remain disorganized, but some slow development is possible during the next day or so while the low moves northeastward over the central Atlantic. By Monday night, however, the system is expected to move over cool waters into a region of strong upper-level winds. So 20% forecast for the next 48 to 7 days. So that's nothing to worry about right now. Well, not at all, to be honest. It might just turn into a one of our normal lows, to be honest.
If the jet was a bit, and it was a bit later on, like in the autumn, winter, we could possibly see something secondary from that, but I don't think it'll do much.
Yeah, it's still a bit early in the season. It's usually when we get to about late August, September, where it starts to peak. But I'll tell you what, the Eastern Pacific side's been really far, and I think we're on D or E already.
Right.
And that's only been going for about, 5-6 weeks. So we've got a 70% chance of formation in the next 7 days. So I know that this organised area of showers and thunderstorms is located a couple of hundred miles offshore of Central America. An area of low pressure is expected to develop from this system within the next day or two. Environmental conditions appear conducive for subsequent gradual development, and a tropical depression is likely to form by the middle of the week, while the system moves west-northwestwards off the coast of Central America and southern Mexico. Locally, heavy rainfall is possible across portions of Costa Rica and Nicaragua through the early part of this week. And yeah, parts of Mexico was hit by a hurricane, I think a few days ago, in fact. It's soon dissipated.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking now that we were talking a while ago about going out into a neutral phase from La Nina, And normally when that occurs, it does cause a lot of destabilization, and we are prone for. I'm sure I've read for more active thunderstorm activity in the northern hemisphere as regards to Europe, and I'm just wondering if we are still in a. I've not checked, for a bit. I don't. Are we,
No, to be honest, I haven't.
I don't know if we're in a neutral phase now. We've transitioned into that neutral phase, but I think they were talking there's a possibility we could go back into La Nina in the summer. But I mean, look, they might have changed their mind since then. But just to prove a point, you've got that sort of thing occurring now, and obviously that might be to do with the sea temperatures, especially with the warming of the just north of the equator as well. In theory, that's my brain working overtime now.
Right, from hurricanes to thunderstorms in the US. So let's have a look at the threats for today. There is a slight risk which affects 12.5 million people across the US. For the cities of Philadelphia, Sioux Falls, Allentown, Fargo, and Duluth. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. So yeah, slight risk today. Let's have a look for day 2. So day 2 is currently looking like that once it decides to change over. Tonight will be helpful. So day 2, that slight risk moves further east. So affecting just 8.3 million people. So let's look at day 3.
Yeah.
Again, just a bit of a slide there towards, is that Kansas, that side? Or was that the Dakotas?
In North America, haven't they, this year? Right. Does it say what we're in? Thank you.
So yeah, it looks like a fairly quiet spell of weather at the moment for America. There's obviously a slight risk.
We're a neutral phase. Sorry, just to interject. Just Claire looked at.
That's all right. That's all right.
Neutral. We're in neutral. So we've left La Nina. We've gone into a neutral.
Thank you, Steffi. Oh, hello, Steffi. Hope you're well.
Oh, there you go. Enzo neutral. Expect to stay for the rest of the year. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Thanks for looking into that. That's right. Right. Okay.
Well, let's have one more thing before we head off. But this is the ECMWF weekly mean pressure charts. And for the 23rd to the 30th of June, we've got low pressure to our north, higher pressure in the continent, and we're in a westerly flow. The 30th of June to the 7th of July, low pressure literally surrounding us. We've got high pressure out towards the west. That'll bring the wind in from a northwesterly. The 7th of July to the 14th, I'll think near the higher low pressure, but possibly might be could be the case where we've got low pressure to our north, and occasionally we're just going to get ridges coming in during times during that week. The 14th to the 21st of July has high pressure up to Scandi. That's bringing in an easterly wind. And what will be a beast from the east, it could bring some warmth actually if that was to come off. And 21st of July to the 28th has that high pressure movement further north. We could be tapping into a southeasterly there, looking quite unsettled there. So that could bring in a few thunderstorms maybe. And finally, the 28th of July to the 4th of August, still low pressure towards our southeast, and that will be bringing in more of a southwesterly flow. What that means for the precipitation, 23rd to the 30th of June, we're slightly wetter than average across the UK, and looking slightly wetter for western areas for the 30th of June to the 7th of July. We're looking around about average, slightly drier than average for the 7th to the 14th. looking much drier than average for the 14th to the 21st of July. And again, we're looking slightly drier than average for the 21st to the 28th and the 28th to the 4th of August. And finally, in the terms of the temperatures this week, we're above average. And for next week, 30th of June to the 7th of July, looking cooler than average towards the northwest and around about average elsewhere. The 7th of July to the 14th, we're looking around about average, slightly warmer than average. 14th of July to the 21st, with high pressure in charge, we're looking about 3 to 6 degrees above average. Sorry, 1 to 3 degrees above average. And again for the 21st to the 28th of July and 28th of July to the 4th of August.
That's when we should be chasing again.
So it looks like the weather, it's almost a bit of a north-south split for this week. It's showing temperatures mid to high, the low to mid 20s, perhaps high 20s down towards the southeast. I think obviously with low pressure to the north, it's going to be quite unsettled. How much rain we'll see? Well, we'll see in due course, but stormage-wise, it's not really showing anything at this stage. There's not much cape and lift at all for this week, as we've seen. So I'm just reading that message there from Steffi. Although Nodrog brings up a very good point about the current ocean temperatures, they are too warm for marine life, let alone us.
I love the heat. The hotter the better. Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
One day we're going to be very cold, lying in the ground very cold. So I'll take the heat any day of the week.
Unless you're cremated.
Well, yeah. Well, I suppose you've got the. Well, I'm taking the fire blanket with me anyway. So. Told them that I want a fire blanket. I'll be right. It's I'm a great believer. And I'm stating the bloody obvious, aren't I? That La Niña, El Nino. I don't think it's talked about enough. And the neutral phase in the NCL neutral phases, as regards the impact it has on us, as well as anywhere on the planet. It's a primary feature of the planet's climate, and it certainly has a big play what goes on, doesn't it, on our daily lives? So it's interesting that we're going to remain neutral all the way till the end of the year, but hopefully we'll get more because there's so much bottled up in the med right now.
Right. I think a few people are actually agreeing with the cooler than average, or just saying she prefers the cooler than average because she's a winter baby. I'm a winter baby as well. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. Maybe if you're born during the winter, you're more of a cold type of person. If you're born in the summer, you might perhaps more of a warm type of person.
I'm born spring and you're born
Summer. No,
late.
Autumn, early autumn.
Is it
So
not?
she-
It's late summer.
Yeah, it's
No,
still
I can't remember when I was born. Yeah, no, I was trying to think then. I can't remember my birthday.
August, I forget. July, August, September.
Yeah, no,
goes into
I'm autumn.
September.
I'm autumn baby. Just, yeah. I couldn't work out when my birthday was then.
You've had that many.
Oh dear, that was embarrassing. Crikey. Right. Anyway, I've not slept much since yesterday.
Right, I think we'll end the live stream there. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. And if you watched the lives yesterday on both the channels of Nodrogs and Weather Fans, thank you so much. It is appreciated. It's been an absolute amazing 24 hours here at the Weather Studios. And for myself, Gordon and Claire, and I'm guessing, is that Thunderbuddy I can see in the background? I can see a small figure.
The new Thunderbuddy Henry, where is he?
Oh, here. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Take care. We shall see you next Sunday back at 8 o'clock. Take care and see you next week. It's time to roll those credits.